Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Spokespeople Podcast, brought to you by The Bikeway in Omaha, Nebraska, serving you for 25 years in all-service shop. Come check it out. I am your co-host, Dave, with the other co-host.
Also Dave.
There you go, everybody. Your two favorite double Ds. We are bringing it to you every chance we get to talk about all things bikes in the area, even gone international. Right? We talked about the Tour de France in the past.
We went international?
Actually, you know what?
Even while we were just sitting here, that's like a head trip.
That brings me to a really good thing. Cool. This is our 10th episode. Number 10. That's a big number for podcasts. But we also have found out that our podcasts have gone international, Dave.
We're not even nationwide. We just skipped that and went straight to international.
No, we've got listeners in multiple states throughout the United States. We also have some listeners in Canada. We found out that we have listeners in Belgium.
Really?
Yeah, really. And in England.
It's not Wout van Aert, is it? Because he's busy right now.
It's probably not him, but man. It's, I would say...
How many other Belgians are there? Like 5?
At least 6.
At least 6, yeah. Probably 6.
At least the ones who admit it.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
So it's a big step for us. I mean, that's 10 episodes. We've actually have international audience.
Because it feels like, honestly, it feels like only 9.
I know. In some ways, it does feel like just probably because it went so smoothly. You know what I mean?
Very smooth, like not whiskey smooth, but pretty close.
Depending on the whiskey, you
Black
may be
Velvet.
Right.
Come on, man.
You know, it's yes and no sometimes. I don't know about that one. That one's not one of my favorites.
Johnny Walker, red or black label?
You know,
the black label is just a little smoother.
I'd actually say green to blue, to be honest with you.
The
gold is pretty nice. Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I
just have green, gold, and blue. Blue is their high end. Now that's a blend.
Oh, it is?
That's a blend.
I thought the black was the high end.
No, it's red and then black, and that's pretty much where you see everywhere else. And then you can go green, gold, and blue. Blue is the highest one, and that's
those are the world championship colors. Imagine if you just line that row of shots up.
Yeah, I mean, they do a wonderful job. I cannot argue about it. I'm kind of a single, but I don't mind the blends at all. But today we are going to bring in someone after we just got done talking about Johnny Walker.
Who cannot legally drink.
He doesn't have a clue what we're talking about. He's kind of staring at us like a deer in headlights. Or the kind of expression he makes when he rides his bike. And I'm going to explain that a little bit more. We are fortunate to have Mac Marousek here. Mac, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Do you need another volume to calm down a little bit? I could hear the excitement there, just bounding.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Mac is... we brought Mac in because we wanted to talk about...
Also, he was already here, for the record.
He was. And Mac is a mechanic in the shop. He's learning how to wrench. He is... You're going to be 18 here real soon?
Yep, in about a month.
So, but he does some unique riding. He's really heavy into enduro. He's a dirt jumper. He also races in NICA. He's becoming a wrench. I mean, the kid just has an absolute passion for bikes. And so... Let's start off, Mac. Why don't you tell us about you? Who is Mac? And tell us what got you into biking.
Yeah, so I'm 17 years old from Omaha. I just kind of got started riding around the neighborhood with some friends and kind of all went from there. We found some trails and, found out there were actual mountain bike trails in Omaha and got some actual mountain bikes and...
Kind of enjoyed doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
So it wasn't just running from the cops like me and Dave started riding bikes? Sweet.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth in that.
Good memories, though, man.
Right?
You know what I mean?
But in our day, we didn't have videos and things like that people could record.
Thank God that the cops couldn't record us.
Right. Now, it's going to be difficult, as we discussed pre-show, it's going to be difficult to kind of demonstrate the type of riding that Mac does. So if you're interested, and I highly suggest you check this out, if you go to Instagram, at Mac Marousek _. So that's MAC for Mac. Marousek is MAROUSEK _. You can see videos and things that this kid does.
Sounds French. Are you French? You look a little bit French.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to check that. You got to do that 23andMe, bro. That's how you got to figure it out.
23andMe?
Did that chromosome thing. Come on, man.
No, I fully aware of what it is. I've done it.
Okay, then.
I did it, and I confirmed that my daughter's actually my daughter too, because she did it too. It said
Dude,
that she's my
that's not why
daughter.
you do it. That's really gross.
No, but it was funny because she showed up like, "Hey, this is someone who's got 50% of your DNA." I go, "Well, God, I hope so. She's my kid, right?"
Oh my God, that's so dumb.
I did it for the health things because you have that health portion too, where you can find out that if you have genetic diseases, which I found out I was actually a carrier for cystic fibrosis. What do you think of that?
I don't know if you're allowed to say that on the air.
Cystic fibrosis.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to say that.
It's a lung disorder.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I found that out. So I wanted to make sure she
But
wasn't.
you don't
a carrier.
actually have it because that's
No,
pretty
I
bad.
was just a carrier.
All right.
So yeah, Mac, check out 23andMe because maybe they want to be a sponsor. And two, some of the stuff he does just is spine chilling.
Insane, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, don't do it.
I've never been known for being sane, and
You're
I've
not
been
this kind of
accused.
crazy. This
But
is a little bit.
you know, there's crazy and then there's crazy.
Yeah.
Mac, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So what got you into that?
It's just fun. I don't know, like doing stuff you're not supposed to do. It's fun.
Well, see that's what got Dave in juvie when he was a kid.
Pretty much, yeah. So let me ask you this: like, what? When I was a kid, like they didn't even have BMX bikes yet, but we would.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not. They did not invent BMX bikes until the mid '70s, and we were already. The first time I saw a legit BMX bike was probably 1977.
I was 7.
Okay, they didn't really even have them, but we would just take the bikes that we got at JCPenney or wherever, Sears.
Big banana seats.
Big banana seats, ape-hanger handlebars.
Ape-hanger handlebars,
and you go
yeah.
find a board that some idiot left laying around.
And
you
a cinder block.
And a cinder block. Or if you got really crazy, you would actually put it on an old, remember the old tin garbage cans?
Oh, yeah.
That weighed 20 pounds?
Yeah.
You'd stick that sucker and those are like a good, 3 feet off the ground. And then you jump stuff like your little brother or some other dudes in the neighborhood.
We found construction sites where they dug out
yeah.
the foundation, had a big pile of dirt, and
Yeah.
we'd use that whole big pile
Those were awesome.
for a jump.
Yeah.
If there's a guy out in Omaha, his name's Rick Olson. If you are actually listening to this, I will never forget when he actually jumped the foundation of a house, totally crashed on the other side. Coolest thing I ever saw.
So-
and yet I see you do jumps like that, Mac, but you land. So how did you learn how to do some of this stuff?
Without killing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, in middle school, I was on my trampoline a lot during COVID. And I think that definitely helped with my air awareness, and it definitely transferred over to my riding.
Balance and things like that, you think?
Yeah, just balance and knowing where I'm at in the air.
Okay.
For sure, which I think, it definitely transferred a lot. It helped me out.
You recommend that for people who want to get into it to kind of get a little bit better experience with that type of stuff?
Yeah, I definitely would.
I think people actually do that as formal training. Now, if you're going to do like air stuff, like you do jumps and things like that, the foam pits, the trampolines, they do that.
Who's
now.
the snowboarder? God, he was one of the greatest snowboarders of all time.
You're not talking about Sean White, are
There
you?
you go, Sean
The Flying Tomato?
Yeah. He had this amazing thing. Even in the summer, he would go down rollers and he would just work on air stuff. So do you do that? Do you have the opportunity to do that type of training and working out?
Yeah. I know a lot of skiers do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of a similar thing. I still have a trampoline in my backyard, so sometimes I'll just go out there and just do some flips. But especially flipping and rotating on your bike, I think that aerial awareness is really important, and that's something that a lot of people should be doing if they're trying to learn that stuff.
And so where do you go around here to, like in the wintertime?
You really don't. Nowhere BMX in Unadilla, Nebraska is the one place that is awesome in the winter.
Right?
Is that indoors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you not seen Nowhere?
I've heard about Nowhere, but I've never actually been there because, I'm
If you go, so if you
I'm
go
over
to,
50 and I don't like to get what the kids call airborne.
See, I want to actually try it. I know it sounds crazy. I just want to, because they got a big foam pit. If you go to their website, you can see they have videos and pictures and stuff. It's a really cool facility he's built down there for that type of training. And
How far
learning.
away is that?
It's about an hour.
Okay.
So it is a bit of a drive. As far as trails, obviously, nothing is open in the wintertime. But yeah, it's definitely worth the drive. It's a pretty awesome training facility.
They
down
got
there.
all kinds of tracks on the
He's got
inside,
like the
don't they?
foam pits and does he have like an indoor vert park or something?
Yeah, it's a full-on park. There's a foam pit in the winter. There's a pump track.
Okay.
They have all sorts of stuff down there.
I think there used to be an indoor wooden, like a vert wall and an indoor BMX park over there on, like Q Street? Like maybe 108th and Q, but now it's something else. Now it's like, some kind of trampoline place.
Interesting. Yeah, that must have been before my time.
Yeah, I
remember
actually
that.
talked to the guy who actually built that back in the day. And I say back in the day, and I'm talking like 15 years ago.
So now we had Cole Mason. You know Cole.
Yep. Yeah.
So we had Cole in here talking one time, and he does a lot of that as well. So if anyone wants to know, Cole is Cole_Mason 682. You can see some of the videos that these guys do down there at Nowhere and stuff. They show a lot of the video on the jumps and the flips but they got more than just the pits. They've got walls and stuff that you guys fly up and.
Yeah, it's a full-on park down there. They've got something for everybody, really.
Cool. So now, but you're also into enduro racing as well.
Yep.
And have you competed?
Yeah, I have. I've done a few of the Missouri Enduro Series.
Okay.
I've got a couple podiums there.
Nice.
Where do they have those?
Mostly out of St. Louis, Missouri. Kind of.
Oh, so that's a drive.
It's a drive, yeah. It's mostly suburbs, different suburbs of St. Louis. But
What kind of vertical descent are we talking about here?
about 600-ish.
And how long of a run is that? Like 2-3 minutes?
2-3 minutes. It's
Okay.
multiple stages, so it's a big day.
Is it mostly dirt? A lot of rocks? What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, lots of rocks, dirt like we have around here in Omaha. Just
Ledges, stuff
yeah.
like that?
Yep.
Okay. Gaps?
a few.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Okay.
optional.
That's the thing that scares me is like, man, if you got to make it to the other side, that's, I'm Wile E. Coyote. I'm going to get halfway and then,
Yeah, it's 2-3 minutes of sheer terror.
yeah.
So, I mean,
We're too old. If I was his age, I'd probably be doing it or trying
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
As we get older, our bones get a little more brittle.
Yeah.
So, but on top of that, so have you gone anywhere else in the circuit for enduro racing?
I've been down to Arkansas a few times.
Okay.
Arkansas Enduro Series, similar to the Missouri Series. It's just
Bentonville?
yeah, Bentonville.
Well, that's
runs
close.
do they
That's
use?
closer than St. Louis.
About the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Bentonville and then Fayetteville also. They had a few down there.
How do you like that area?
It's nice. I like it. A lot more rock.
Right.
St. Louis is definitely more dirt with a mixture of rock. All the Bentonville ones are just
So
sheer
in Bentonville,
rock.
which runs were you guys using for those enduro things? Not like Thunderdome or anything.
No. There was actually an event at Thunderdome called Thunderdome Throwdown, which I think is
that'd be sick.
closed down right now because of the tornadoes they had down there.
Oh, just like 2 months ago. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had some friends down there when that happened. Well, wasn't BJ? Well, BJ works down there now. Right?
Cole, yeah, and Cole was there.
Cole was actually
remember
there.
we talked about
That's
that.
right. And another friend of mine was there at the time too, because they were having that big thing. What was
Yeah.
it? What was it called?
Bentonville Bike Fest.
Right.
Yeah, it was Brofest.
So, what trails did you guys use in Bentonville for that enduro? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Actually, they had us go all around Bentonville. So they shuttled us from the starting point over to Handcut Hollow, which is kind of near Slaughter Pen trails.
Okay.
So we rode Handcut Hollow and then went over to Slaughter Pen, rode some trails at Slaughter Pen, and then we went over to the castle, which is kind of on the other side of Slaughter Pen. And then from there, we pedaled across town, and then we finished out at Kohler, which is where the venue started.
Right.
Nice.
Do you remember what the names of the runs were, like Oscars or anything like that?
We did Rock Solid was
Okay.
the big one at Kohler. We did a part of Oscars.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because like Oscars for me, like the full Monty, there's like 25 minutes and a couple of dismounts.
Yeah, we did like the last half of it. It was just some downhill switchbacks.
Okay.
Yeah, and then at
So not those big rock drop offs that are at the top or maybe in the middle of Oscars.
no, we didn't do those. I
Okay.
wish, but no.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to go and see.
Oh, I'd love to see
Yeah,
a video.
I'd
of it.
love to
Is there a
watch it.
video of you doing it? Do you have any videos of your run?
I might have a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw those up there. That'd be cool.
On
See if we
Instagram?
can get them on the bikeways.
We could see if we could do that. Pull that up there and connect it to it.
Yeah, dude.
I'd love to see some of those things.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
The ones I have watched you guys do, and I watched Cole do them as well. It's pretty intense. I'm loving it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, on top of all of this, then you also do NICA
Yeah.
for Millard West, I believe.
Yep.
So and we had Claire and her mom Allison on here, and so do you ride with Claire?
Yeah.
So
Claire
you get
is
in-
like super fast.
Yeah, she is.
yeah, she is
I mean, she only weighs like what, 100 pounds, maybe 112 pounds.
right.
And it's just crazy, you know.
Incredibly rude to state a woman's weight, Dave.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. It was a guess. It was a guess. She's very petite. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but
But-
cranks out some
Dude, she
some
can throw
wattage,
down
doesn't
some
she?
watts. I mean,
Yeah.
the girl has beat me on several occasions.
That does not surprise me.
Well,
at all.
even when I'm not preseason heavy, you know,
or brown bottle flu,
or like legally, you know,
right?
So-
Where you should be walking.
shouldn't be walking. Probably
Should be hailing a cab,
right.
taking an Uber.
You can't get an
Can
Uber
you get
for
an
a
Uber
mountain.
Can you get an Uber on the mountain bike trail?
You cannot get an Uber, you know, a Calvin Crest. They will not go out there.
Probably not.
No.
So you're doing pretty much everything.
Yeah. I just like riding.
So do you have a group of friends your age that go out and ride all the time? You like routine, or I mean, how do guys that like if you're not going down to nowhere and you guys wanted to hit some trails? Is there a regular meet time where people go? You know, have a tendency to hang out like Wednesdays, 5:00, be here. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah, there is. I know at Platte River State Park, there's a Wednesday night ride.
Okay.
A bunch of guys go out there and ride.
All right.
And then Lewis and Clark Monument Park in Council Bluffs. Steve Jaworski is out there almost every single day at around 4:00. Whenever he gets off work, he's there all the time. So
Okay.
if you're looking for someone to ride with, it's always. it's
Is
the
he one of
go-to.
those guys that sits there in the middle? And what are those runs like, sort of in the middle of the track there?
Oh, the jump lines.
yeah, the
BOM
jump line.
and
Yeah, right,
FNA. Yeah.
right, right. Is old 69er what's the 69er? Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
still there? Is that
Yeah.
run still there? Because I know
Yeah.
Todd's been doing a lot of work. Todd Iberg, who's the trail captain out there, and one of the the main trail builder, along with other guys,
Right.
like Cole.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I remember being out like with Todd doing some stuff, and there was this young cat, and he's like, okay, he's gonna test it, and he just comes flying by, and like he literally jumped over my head, and that was Cole. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah. You guys. So have you been to any of the Red Bull Rampage, anything like that?
I haven't. It's a bucket list item for me for sure.
Bucket list. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably a pretty deep bucket considering you're 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the jump parks you've been to around the Midwest or elsewhere?
Cone Park actually just opened up in Sioux City, Iowa.
Is that legit? Is it like worth the trip?
It's legit. Yeah, it's worth
Okay.
the trip for sure.
Okay.
The one thing I will say is if it's windy, it's terrible
Oh, 'cause it's a lot of exposure?
Open. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the park itself is awesome. They did a great job up there.
Okay.
Explain the windy.
So it's just this big open field. So if you're trying to go off a jump and the wind's blowing at you, I know I was up there last weekend for the grand opening of the place, and there were a few incidents where people had crashed because of the wind.
I guess it makes sense if you think about it, right?
Well, I mean, these guys are picking landings. I mean, it's. I mean, we're talking just like they're landing within an inch or two of where you want to. Am
Yeah.
I wrong?
No, that's exactly right.
And I mean, and they can change that midair. I mean, the stuff these guys do like is incredible.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I won't even try it.
No.
I'm lucky to like make it to like the other side of a tabletop.
Yeah, but I will absolutely grab a lawn chair and a bag of popcorn and watch all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, and I'm not. Look, man, I'm not NASCAR in this thing. I don't want these guys to crash because I mean, you can get jacked up.
No, but it's
I want
cool
them
what
to
they
make
do.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cheering them on, trust me.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
want to
mean-
see some sick tail whips and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing the balance you guys have. I mean, I will say that. It's truly an athletic event.
So, Mac, did you skip the BMX angle on the whole thing? You never did BMX?
Yeah, I kind of did. I have a dirt jumper.
Oh, you do?
Which is, I mean, similar-ish.
What
but
size wheel is that? Is it
26.
26 or
Yep.
okay.
Mac, what
not?
don't you do?
Man, I don't know.
How's your school?
It's pretty good. It's
right.
going well.
Where do you go to school?
Millard West.
Millard
So
West.
now there's some
Any varsity sports for you?
Just riding.
No.
NICA. NICA's now a Nebraska sanctioned sport.
But it's not a letter sport. Is it? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, it's not the fully NSAA Nebraska.
we're going to have to call about that. That's
Trust me, dude. People have been talking about that angle for like 20 years. I don't know that NICA actually wants that,
okay.
but I could be wrong. Get the NICA people on and talk to them.
Yeah, we might have to do that again.
No, for real. You probably should.
I agree.
Because, I mean, it might be a boost, you know.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Because, you know, with the exception of guys like Mac, you
Right.
know, who are, you know, incredible exceptions, you're not getting the best high school athletes on a mountain bike. Not usually. No offense to anybody.
No, you're not. Agreed.
And because, you know, they want to represent their school. They want to get a letter. You know, I mean, that's important when you're in
agree.
high school.
It is. It means something. It has
Yeah,
value.
it means something. But if you could do that with a mountain bike, like you can do that in some states. I mean, Colorado, I'm sure.
So there's a school board member. He's an attorney here in town named Mike Kennedy. I went to prep with. I'll have to reach out to Mike and say, hey, man, you need to make this happen. Mm-hmm. So Mike's a cool cat.
There might be some logistical reasons. I mean, these bikes aren't cheap.
Yeah.
There's the possibility of getting hurt, even just doing XC.
There's just as much
You could wipe out an
possibility of
XC
getting hurt
and
playing
break a
football,
leg.
basketball,
Absolutely.
soccer. I mean, how many
People
ACLs
get
get
concussions,
torn?
right?
You know, that
People
happens.
get concussions.
all the time. And
Sure.
you guys,
Sure.
I mean, some of the stuff you guys are doing, especially with the enduro stuff. Now, obviously, Miller West doesn't do enduro and dirt jumping and stuff like that. They do the NICA races, which are pretty, you know, they're well regulated from that perspective. If NICA could add anything to it, what would you want them to add to it?
Definitely some more skills courses and things like that to kind of develop rider skill.
Okay.
A lot of it right now is kind of based around safety, which is understandable. I mean, they want kids to be safe.
Sure.
But I think skill development is also an aspect to that, and could be a fun thing for kids to do while also learning how to be safer on the bike.
That's an incredibly mature answer, don't you think, Dave?
Honestly, it sounds like this kid is 25 and not 17.
I know, right?
Yeah, for real.
Which Dave obviously thought he was based on all the dirty jokes he was saying until we said, dude, the kid's only 17, man. You can't say these things in front of him.
You know, I need new glasses also. I don't care.
When you get older, this is what happens, man.
Have you taken your business out to Colorado?
I have.
Have you been to Valmont?
I have.
So what tell me about Valmont. Do you do the jump park? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Get
yeah,
any vids of that?
I might, yeah.
Dude,
I probably
put
do.
those up because that place, I actually tried to ride like one of the easy things. And, you know, these things, you get so like vertical. If you don't have like a velocity, you're actually going to get hurt if you don't reach the minimum velocity.
Never slow down. That's the lesson to be learned right there.
Some of these kids, they don't even have, am I wrong? There's no brakes on their bike.
No, yeah, brakeless. You go in, you're committed. You got to do it.
And some of those wood walls they have up there, they're like 20 feet.
You guys are scaling that?
Yeah, I mean,
They'll
there are
hit a
jumps out
jump
there.
like off to the side. There's a wooden wall that's like goes up to 20 feet, and guys are hitting a jump on one side or the other, getting to 20 feet, and then going transverse like what? Probably 15, 20, another 20 feet. It's crazy.
Oh, tell me you have video on that.
I might, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely
You know which
have
wall I'm talking about? Have you
Yeah.
hit that bad boy?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I definitely have some from Frisco, which is
Okay.
kind of it's in Frisco near
Sure.
Breckenridge and
Yeah.
Keystone.
Which part of Frisco? Because I love that place. Oh, the Frisco Bike Park.
Yeah, yeah. in the
My wife
adventure
and I have
park.
actually ridden there. We
Oh,
love
really?
it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is
You
fun.
rode around it.
No, we actually did it, and he'll acknowledge this. To get back up to the top, you got to ride, and it's kind of a hard ride. It's like every time it's a leg breaker, and after a while, you're like, shit, I just don't want to pedal back up. The down is fun. The down is fun.
Going down is always fun.
My wife loves bike parks, which is crazy because she's only been riding mountain bikes for like 4 or 5 years, you know. And there's a ton of stuff that she won't do, like at Tranquility, for example. She doesn't like log overs. But give her one of those little swirly things with the bank turns. She's all into it.
Okay.
It's super cool. And Colorado, like, I swear to God, those things are like everywhere on the eastern part.
So you spend a lot of your free time vacations doing that type of stuff.
Yep.
So, out of curiosity, what type of training do you do off the bike? In order to be able to do these things, obviously you can't just walk into it. You've got to do some type of training.
Yep.
So what do you do?
Most of it is just gym work.
Okay.
Just go lift, work out.
Now, does Millard South have trainers that work with you guys on weights
Millard
and things
West,
like?
it goes
No,
to
I'm sorry,
Millard
Millard West have work. Where you can work on weights and lifting and.
They do for other sports, but for riding, we don't really have anything. It's
So
just
you can't get in there to where like the football players are lifting and stuff.
Nope.
See,
nope.
that's the thing that I'm talking about
I agree, 100%.
right there.
Everybody
This
out
kid
there
is representing his school with NICA, and they should get, they should be able to get into the weight room.
They need
like the
some
good
weight
one.
time.
There's probably another one for just like, there's a weight room you can get into, but
No, not in high school. In high school, they usually have just like one weight room. And it's for the athletes. At college, they have the student center, and then they have the weight room for the athletes.
really?
But in
There's
high
just
school-
one weight room?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
right. So that's what I'm saying. Anybody out there who's listening to this, if you're in the Millard School District, contact your school board members and say, "Hey, man, we got to get these guys some weight time." Seriously.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I think it's important. Plus,
We're gonna
learn how
talk
to do
to-
that
we're
properly
gonna
because
talk
you're
to
going
our
to
representatives.
prevent injuries.
Yeah, I agree.
So, how much time do you actually spend, doing those type of things?
A few days a week, usually.
Is that mostly in the winter or just year round for you?
Wintertime, definitely more, just because I'm off the bike.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, summertime is a lot of riding. Occasional gym day, maybe
Okay.
2 times a week or so.
Go through your week riding. I mean, what's your Monday? What's your Tuesday?
As much as I can, honestly.
And where are you going? Like the XC parks around here, Tranquility, Swanson, or what are you doing?
Lewis and Clark or Platte River are the go-tos.
Because you like the vertical?
Yep.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So when you do that type of training, are you focusing on like cardio, or are you focusing on strength and power?
Mostly just kind of sustained endurance on downhills.
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll just I'll pedal up, I'll take my time, and then I'll just try to blast downhill as fast as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of try to get those intervals in. Yeah, that's usually what I do. If I'm not going out riding, having fun, just with my buddies, doing
So,
some
dude, I
jumps.
know you can smoke me going downhill. That's an obvious. But what's your FTP? Do you know? Have any idea?
No idea.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
All right. You don't have like a power meter?
Nope, I don't.
All right.
So I mean, we're looking at guys who are doing this type of stuff who are full-fledged athletes training 12 months out of the year, just trying to ride. Very cool. Well, listen, we are going to take a break, commercial break. This is where we thank our sponsors for putting this on for us.
Mac has to go fix some lady's flat tire.
Yeah, is that what he's going to do?
I'm
And then
pretty sure.
then we'll come back for a second segment. It sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we're going to step away for a break. All right, we're going to take a second here to give a shout out to our sponsor, The Bikeway. For a quarter century, the Bikeway has been the premier destination for all things cycling in Omaha and beyond, with a legacy of passion, dedication, and community. Discover the latest and greatest from top brands like Giant, Liv, Transition, Santa Cruz, Scott, Bianchi, Sunday BMX, and DK. We've got the perfect ride to fuel your adventure. More than just a shop, explore our extensive selection of apparel and accessories. And the Bikeway Certified Service Department has you covered, from basic maintenance to suspension work to custom builds and everything in between. And while you're here, treat yourself to a delicious cup of coffee. As a rider-owned and operated establishment, you can trust that we're dedicated to providing the best possible experience for fellow enthusiasts like you. So join us at the Bikeway, where every ride is an adventure. Here's to 25 years of riding together and many, many more. All right, and we are back. We are here with Mac Marousek, and we've been talking about things like enduro, dirt jumping, just some NICA, some
His
things like
FTP
that,
or lack thereof.
or lack thereof.
Right.
You know, and the fact that
a
he
big
would
unknown.
smoke Dave downhill.
Right.
We know this.
Probably.
There's no probability about it.
He's down there doing whatever the kids do today before I even get over the first, what do you call that, jump? A jump? Yeah. I don't know. I don't
You
do
know, the
I get
dirt thing
scared.
that goes up and then goes down.
I get
you know,
scared
that
on
thing,
the Caterpillar, man. Come on. Leave me
right?
alone.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of big wheels for us older people. So Mac, we were talking about social media, and during the break, and you got rather a unique number for following. You got
Yeah.
like 1,400 people that are following you already.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Those aren't all relatives, right?
I don't
You didn't
think
just
so.
say like, "Hey, Uncle Bob."
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Do you have like 100 siblings or anything like that?
No, not
No?
that I know of.
Not that you know of?
dude?
Okay.
After the Spokespeople podcast, you're going to be up to like 1,307.
That would be awesome.
Easily 13.
Easily.
Maybe 8, 1,308. I
Could be
wanna-
pushing 9.
Could
This
be-
is episode
could be up
10. So
into
let's just
13
say
yeah.
that it's
1310.
1,310,
There we go.
right?
10's a good number.
So, no, I think you're actually above that. Last time I checked, I was watching some video the other day, and I was like, "This kid's nuts." So, no fear though, huh? You don't get scared doing that stuff.
No, yeah, I definitely get scared.
Okay,
I mean,
Not as
except
scared
to-
as I do.
I get scared watching them.
Oh my god.
I'm not. I mean, like I watch these guys do this, and I'm thinking, "This kid's dead. He's dead. He's dead." Oh, huh, no, he's not. There he goes. No, this kid's dead. This guy. No, he's.
Let me
okay.
ask you a question. I'm a parent. My son's 30. Does your mom know you're doing this crap?
yeah,
She
yeah.
does?
She likes to know after the fact.
Okay.
Good
So-
mom.
Good
Yeah.
mom.
That's a
And your
good
dad
mom.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Do they ever go and watch you do some of this stuff?
occasionally, yeah, they'll come to some races.
Does your mom bite her nails off when she's watching you do this stuff?
Well, that's
Yeah.
just NICA though. Are you talking about NICA?
She's came to a few enduro races.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you can't really see those.
Yeah, that is the thing. You don't really see.
You might see like 10 seconds of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You kind of see them before and after.
Yeah, like if you go down to Moab or Zion where they're doing the rampage, right? And they have it on television. We watch it here at the shop. We always have that up on one of the screens and some of the things these guys are doing. I mean, yeah. If I were a parent,
It's a head shaker, man.
yeah. I mean, yeah. As a parent, I'd be cringing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest gap you ever hit? 40?
It's a good question, actually.
Yeah. Get out there with your laser thing and do it.
Measure it.
Yeah.
Do that.
Measure it with your laser ruler.
So
whatever.
around here, are there some places around here where you can kind of experience that type of ride?
Yeah, there are a few. Platte River State Park. There's not really any gaps per se, but there is some big jumps.
Okay.
River Run Trail
Is that the east side everyone talks about?
Yep.
Okay.
or no, west side. River
Okay.
Run's on the west side.
River runs on the
Yeah,
west side.
but the east side actually does have a new black trail.
Okay.
That's going to have some gaps on it.
And that one has those vert walls and stuff on the east side.
Yep.
Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those still like good to go? Because some of the gaps were like not good, like or the approaches, I should call them.
Yeah,
Now,
those are all fixed up.
when you say black trail, it's kind of like the same type of rating you'd find on a ski slope.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So, do they have any double diamonds?
River Run is a double diamond here.
Is it?
Yeah,
How long of a run is that?
maybe about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Huh.
Of sheer terror.
Is that River Run? Is that pretty new?
About a year old or so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually been over there. I might. I mean, is there anything for old guys like me? Can I do any of that?
Yeah, there's some green trails, there's blue trails.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of flow.
Yeah.
Flow with some rollers and
How
jumps.
hard is it to get back up?
Not that hard.
It's not. It's not. It's not like
You got
Frisco bike
you got
park
two
hard.
legs, right?
No, dude. Like seriously, at Frisco, it'd be like an FTP to get up there. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and there was no easy way to get up there. You had to do this super steep, like 150 meters of like 20% sketchy crap. It was
It's bad.
20
bad.
degree?
20%. Yeah, it was dumb.
Well, percent and degree are different.
20%.
A degree is, like if your angle.
I would
degree.
probably put it at 20% easily.
Wow.
Just to get up there for anyway. That's Frisco Bike Park, not here. So West Run is doable for
Oh,
old
yeah.
guys. All right, cool.
Very cool.
I'm in.
All right. Well, listen, Mac, I wanted to thank you for coming on. Really, truly appreciate it. For everybody out there, I want you to go to Instagram and check out at Mac Marousek _, and that's MacMarousek
Possibly a French name.
Yeah,
Just say it with an accent just to be sure.
Marousek.
You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
True.
Go
to his Instagram, check it out, follow him, watch this kid.
become follower 1308, 9, or 10.
Exactly. You're going to see some cool stuff. I really think these guys are underrated as athletes. They don't get the recognition they deserve, in my opinion. And what they're doing is incredibly athletic and
Absolutely.
and difficult.
Yeah.
So, you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone? No, don't give a shout out to a girlfriend though. I'm just saying that. Don't do that.
My parents and my grandparents for sure.
Oh, there you
God,
go.
look,
See,
that's such a nice boy.
Mom, Dad, you did a good job.
Such a nice boy.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Right.
Yeah, you did a good job with this kid. He's actually a pretty sharp kid. He's learning.
Very polite.
He is very polite.
Presentable. Likes the Jesus. There's really nothing wrong with
Yeah,
this
he's
kid.
hanging out. When he's here working on bikes and stuff, he's out asking questions. He's
I
learning
have
how to
not heard
wrench.
him cuss the entire time I've been here.
Not a one.
Not one time.
Not a one.
Do you go to prep? Is that you?
No,
you go to Millard
Millard
West.
West.
Yeah, usually they cuss more at Millard West.
You'd be surprised. I went to prep.
Yeah. Okay.
That pretty much tells you everything you need to know right there.
I guess. I thought you went to Marion, but whatever. It's fine.
I tried to get into Marion. They would not let me.
It's funny how that happens, that they
I
won't
know.
let you go to a girls' school.
But I had a class where I actually had a girl
This is
in my
supposed
class
to be
at
about
prep.
Mac and
That
how
was-
he's
it was
such a
hilarious.
nice kid.
He is. Absolutely. Well, Mac, seriously, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it. That's going to lead us up to the end of episode 10
Episode
of the
10.
podcast.
Numero.
So, Spokespeople Podcast, 10th episode, ladies and
X.
gentlemen. This is the mile marker for us, Dave.
It is?
It is.
Yeah,
It
because
is.
mile markers are usually in tens.
Absolutely.
So here we go.
So tune in. We got more episodes coming. We really appreciate you guys checking us out. And if you have any questions, suggestions, info@thebikeway.com. Until then, everybody, stay safe and keep riding.
Peace.